What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. So yesterday, Ian Rappaport said on Twitter that it was likely that the Green Bay Packers would be holding on to Jimmy Graham for at least one more season. Obviously, he signed the 3-year contract back in March of 2018, almost a year ago, and last year wasn't exactly what we expected out of Jimmy Graham. He did have a okay statistical year. He had 55 receptions and 636 yards, but only 2 touchdowns for a guy who's seen as, was supposed to be a really big red zone weapon. So today we're going to be talking about whether or not the Packers should actually keep Jimmy Graham or if they should cut him. And obviously, like I said, Ian Rappaport said it's likely that the Packers keep Jimmy Graham for at least one more year, that they don't cut him. My thoughts on that: I like that move by Green Bay. I like the fact that they're keeping him. I really, for Mike McCarthy's offense, it really wasn't that good for tight ends. We never really seemed to have a whole lot of consistency from that position ever since Finley left. Obviously, we had the stretch with Jared Cook, but other than that, there's really just been no consistency whatsoever from the tight end position. We rarely use them. I'm not really sure why either, and that's kind of one of my biggest gripes with McCarthy. He just doesn't use tight ends when they are maybe more important than they've ever been in the game of football today. So I like keeping Jimmy Graham. I think he still has it. I think he can still get us some production. I think he can have a much better year than he did last year. Like I said, obviously McCarthy's offense really isn't centered around tight ends. Matt LaFleur, however, his offense is pretty tight end centric, and they would have been using Delanie Walker a lot last year with the Titans if he didn't get injured in week 1. So I am actually really excited to see what Jimmy Graham can do in Matt LaFleur's offense, because his offense is more geared towards getting the tight ends involved. And obviously Jimmy Graham, he might be a little slower, he might not be able to jump as high as he used to be, but he's still a very, very big target in the middle of the field and in the red zone. You know, I'd love to be able to see him used a lot more than he was. And like I said, he's a really big target. He's a guy you can throw it up to him and he can catch the football with 50-50 balls like that. I think we saw it maybe a few times this year. We saw the potential. Towards the end of the season, Jimmy Graham especially got a lot of hate from Green Bay Packers fans, which I can understand. He was not playing very well, but he also had the broken thumb. He was dropping a lot of passes, I think, because of that. So I'm willing to give him another chance. I really am. And I think that he, in a different offense that's more geared towards the tight end, more tight end centric, I think that he will be a lot more productive. Next year, I would hope for maybe 10, 20 more receptions, maybe about 100 more yards, and obviously more touchdowns. So I'd say about a 70 reception, 800 yard, 8 or 9 touchdown season. I think that's the goal for next year, and that would certainly bring a lot more production to the tight end position for the Green Bay Packers. Anyways, guys, so that's all I really have to say in this video. I just wanted to get my thoughts on there on the Graham situation. Obviously, he was a big free agent signing last offseason, and he really didn't produce the kind of numbers that we really expected him to this year. But I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Pack!